Oh, there you are. I would like to give it a few minutes so everybody can come in, and then I was gonna
No,
bring you right
I don't
in.
mind. Do your
You
thing. Do
you
your
don't
thing.
mind? You don't mind waiting? We can wait a few minutes.
No,
How are you
no. I'm
feeling?
saying scared everybody. No, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm about time I'm on your show. About
I
time.
know, right?
I
No,
love it.
I just started it. I literally, it was just an
But
idea.
it seemed like we was talking to, hey, Glow,
No,
Glow Parker.
it, it does. That's exactly what it feels like.
Seemed like
What
it's
time
been
are we?
forever. I'm seeing all these amazing interviews.
Okay.
I'm like,
Oh,
she gonna
your
bring on?
your invite was coming.
She laughed with everybody. I see her laugh. I say she laugh all the time like that. I thought she was just me. I thought it was just me.
I love to laugh. Laughter is my
What's going on, Dr.
elixir.
Adrian?
Oh, yay! There's
Yes.
our guy, Dr. Adrian Daisley. What an amazing guy, right? So
Yes.
humble, so
Amazing. We got to do
caring.
part two. Yeah, and bilingual. We did an interview with the brother. He was doing live in Barbados, and we talking there. All of a sudden, he's like, "Wait, I was, I was like, who is he talking to?" He said, "I have to break it down in Portuguese for my
Right.
people back in Brazil." I was like, "Go ahead, Brazil."
That is so
Brazil was,
nice.
Brazil was in the building. We got to do that again
Yeah, I bet it
as
was
much as
fun.
possible until we go live. Oh, it was good. It was fun.
I bet it was because I was on his show before. It's on my page. I
That's
had a
how
lot of fun.
I initially heard about him.
Oh
He's
wow,
one of
how
your biggest
cool.
fans.
Oh my goodness, how cool.
Dr. Adrian is one of your biggest fans. You
I
can
am gonna
you can
sit
move
here
those
and work.
glasses.
Thanks so much for
Move this
saying
up.
until you have my ear. Oh, that's so great. I'm trying to wait a few minutes, but I guess we can
No, do your thing.
go ahead and
However
get
you do.
started.
I'm right here with you.
All right, cool. So how did your interview go earlier?
Tracy Lee, amazing interview with Tracy Lee. We got to do a part two. I was like, anytime, for one, if it wasn't for, hey,
I knew
hey,
everybody was
hey,
gonna
is
start
that right?
coming in.
One or two people just popped up in and was like, what's going, what? They just popping up like popcorn. um, they, I have a thing for, we talked before, any attorneys. That's a big thing for me. Entertainment attorneys.
Hmm.
Um, oh, this isn't the real mug. This mug was a gift. I got some mugs coming because I love Mondays. So it's gonna be like, I love Mondays.
I usually always have a mug. Not today though.
Right.
I'm going with the
But
strawberry shake today.
I saw that. That looked delicious. You said chocolate. I was like, that ain't chocolate.
No,
He got a
strawberry.
chocolate. You chocolate. You chocolate. That was strawberry. I know chocolate when I see chocolate. I know chocolate when I
You're
taste
right.
chocolate.
You're absolutely
We're gonna
right.
talk about tasting some chocolate tonight. Um, but I love Fridays too. But yeah, Tracy Lee, hip hop artist. Y'all remember the theme. I have his interview coming up. I posted, actually, it should be uploading. I'll post it, parts of it tonight, at least about 15 minutes of it tonight.
Okay.
And but it was an hour long interview, but we could have kept going. But it was like, all right, the hour. He had something to do, and his crew. All of a sudden, his thing goes blank. I said, okay, give me your information because I know they're trying to cut you off. He looked around. He's like, yeah, they got.
That is
But man, when I tell
hilarious.
you, somebody that's been in the industry, had a major hit, was at a pinnacle time in hip hop,
Hmm.
and to hear how he went through and some advice he got from one of the hip hop legends. He got some advice from Biggie that he talks about right
Wow.
before Biggie died.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was that was good. That was a good one today. But
Wow.
we gotta set up some forums. We gotta talk too because you have that PR side and the information. We gotta set up some forums for the young people that's just throwing music on Spotify and all these things and not getting their props for it.
Oh yeah. That's your artistry. You should definitely be looking for compensation if you have your paperwork right. So it is
Talking
definitely
smooth jazz.
important.
Oh, cool.
Look at
Been
that.
on a minute. Abram Peterson, what's going on?
See, I told you to wait a few minutes and everybody starts coming on. You know that
Yeah,
I think
I'll be
that like
watching your shows.
I think like Instagram starts to bring it out, and then plus, well, we were talking yesterday about hashtags, and I said no, they're absolutely necessary. I've been in enough of these marketing classes and courses, and I have techie friends, and my brother is a tech guy, so I do understand the algorithms and all of that. He's like the bot. I don't know bots. Real people, everybody is welcome, because at the end of the day, you'll start seeing like if you hashtag book reviews, you'll start seeing those companies that do those reviews on books start following you. Like it's a
Hmm.
purpose
And
behind
then you
that.
can follow the hashtags. And once you follow the hashtags, you get an algorithm of that,
It's a whole class, but it's
the whole
absolutely
thing. It's like you ever see the movie The Warriors? It's
no,
like
I see it.
it's like being a, you never seen the movie The Warriors?
Uh-uh.
I'm old. I must be an old head. How many of y'all seen the movie The Warriors? Put up a fist. Y'all killed Cyrus. And like, we want everybody to know the Warriors was here. You ain't never seen the movie The Warriors?
I don't think so. I don't think
Had
I've
to make
seen
it back
that.
to Coney Island.
That is so funny.
A
What?
gang from Coney Island.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
She remember. Brenda Parker.
Yeah, I know Glow. Her name is Glow. She got the
She got the fist up,
yes.
so she remembered that
She got the
movie.
fist up.
Yeah.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally.
Originally from Baltimore,
Been
Maryland.
here in Los Angeles for about 12 years, going on 13 years. I've been here in Los Angeles.
Wow, that is so cool. And I am originally from Cleveland. I'm just saying that because, people are on here, they don't
East
know who
Coast.
I am. I'm originally from Cleveland, and I've been here on the East Coast for 14 years now.
But you travel all over.
Yeah, but
See,
I
you're gonna make
travel
me
all
flip the
over.
interview. You're gonna make me flip the interview on you. Like,
Well,
actually,
it's a conversation. At any time, this is the disclaimer I have to put out there. At any time, if this starts to sound as if I'm saying, where are you from? What do you do? What do you like? What do you eat? If it starts to sound like an interview, interrupt me at any time. I have tough skin. Entertainment business
oh,
has definitely
oh,
given me
well,
tough
I'm
skin. I
I'm
do not
easy.
want to sound like that. This is a conversation. That's what I mean, literally a live Instagram conversation with
right,
hopefully,
right, right.
look, New York
Can
City.
you hear me? Can you
See?
hear me well on here?
Yeah, I can. Look at that. New York
Good, good.
City. See? East Coast.
NYC. Oh, I turned it up. Okay, I got some. I'm a
Okay,
coffee
so
fanatic.
you
I gotta do
Baltimore,
something about this.
Maryland. Me too. I love coffee. All kinds.
Coffee ice cream. I eat coffee cake, coffee candy, coffee inside of chocolate. I, coffee.
Coffee in your
I pour.
ice cream.
Oh, if they bring a dessert to the table and then got some chocolate inside and have some coffee in it, I throw the spoon up. Ah! I get that excited about food though. I'm a foodie.
That is so cool. Yeah, I can tell just by your post. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh. Do you blog food at all?
I need to start blogging more. I've been doing most of my stuff on IG. I've been taking a lot of concentration on IG lately
Oh,
and
okay.
trying to, even though I've been doing the social media marketing promotion thing and loving the whole social media thing since 98. So for me, I used to use MySpace when I had a live show, a comedy show, an event,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew I was like when I was going to Tampa, I set up a MySpace page for Tampa, and you used to be able to, before you had to pay for it, you used to be able to search the people and the zip code of where you were going
Uh-huh.
and build your friend list like that, like two
Wow.
miles out, 2 miles out, 3 miles, 3 miles out, 5 miles out of that place, and build your market there. Hey, what's going on, Jeanette? Hey,
Wow.
Gardain, Gardain,
And Barbie, we got Barbie
Jen
here.
Patterson, Harvey. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Wish I was there. Anybody, put up your city where you at, so we know y'all here.
Oh, that would be
Vogel,
so dope.
Vogel Kanisha. Is your name Kanisha Vogel?
Whatever
Oh,
happened to
Vogel Kanisha.
MySpace?
They started getting into the thing of doing, when MySpace first came about, it seemed like it was really set up for people who did, all of a sudden you didn't have to send your headshot and bio and all that. You could put your stuff online without having an actual website. And then when everything else started coming around, but on MySpace, Jennifer Weinstein could be Chocolate Thunder 98. When Facebook came out, Jennifer Weinstein was Jennifer Weinstein, and the guys that had a crush on her in high school was like, Jennifer, oh, she's married with 2 kids. But people start getting in trouble in their relationships. It's like, who is this woman, Keisha? Oh, it's just a friend from high school. I saw her on Facebook, and we just went out for drinks. We went out for drinks during lunch at work. Yeah. Yeah, so my
that's what happened with Facebook.
Yeah, but MySpace ended up doing some stuff with music artists lately, and I think people still use it for music type stuff. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, they did for a
But
very
they're
long
supposed to be
time.
making they're supposed to be, somebody either went to purchase them or they're supposed to be making a big comeback soon. So I wonder what they're going to do. It's 2020.
I thought it was a cool thing. Like, you can change the background, you can add the music. So when someone go onto your profile, they hear the music playing.
Yes, and you see the video. But think about how much bandwidth that was taking, though. And then Facebook come out with a plain white page. You ain't have to know nothing about art. Put a regular picture up there, and get 100 followers in one day.
Yeah. From all over, some real and some not, because I don't know. I'm always iffy about those pages that don't have no friends, and I don't get those.
I don't play those.
Like, what is that?
Especially when you see IG is a whole nother thing. IG, you see somebody all that you wear. Where can I buy all that you wear? You talking about Sherontelle's clothes?
I would try to put a different T-shirt on each live.
What T-shirt is that?
I was a little skeptical about this one at first.
Let's settle this like adults.
Right. But I didn't realize, I wasn't sure what was going on here in the middle.
What does that mean in sign language?
It's paper, rock, scissors.
Oh, Lord. Paper's supposed to be like this, though, right? Rock, paper, scissors. That's hilarious.
That's what that's what it is. And with all the political issues that's going on, I didn't want to be buying something and I wasn't sure. That's like getting Chinese tattoos on your
right.
That's like getting Chinese tattoos on
You
your
got this
body.
sign on there. Like, you know what that means? I thought it used to mean okay. It don't mean okay. It means KKK. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. 3 Ks? I thought it was okay.
Exactly.
They done changed everything.
I was like, I do not. That even like when people get the Chinese tattoos, like, what is that all about? Do you actually really know like what that says?
And here's the crazy thing with Chinese tattoos.
Oh gosh.
You can get a Chinese tattoo, and characters are so sensitive. It could be one slash that changes the whole term. He was like, this means love forever. That means you'll kill everyone. You're a murderer. Like, why are you talking like that, Dad?
Here you are in another country and people following you, pointing at you like,
right.
Him.
Exactly. And it'd be somebody pulls you up and says, sir, I'm sorry, we see it all the time. That does not mean free at last.
Exactly.
That means you're selling free ass. That's what that means.
I was listening to a podcast 2 days ago, and I said, when we get this conversation, I was going to ask you the question. It was a comedian, and I'm not going to drop no names on who said it, but I'm just going to say what they were saying. He was saying that it's like comedy is not important right now. Basically, like, comedians need to like sit down. And I was thinking to myself, like, no matter what I've been going through, like, even through my pain, I can find something funny out of it and like literally like ball over. People laugh at funerals when someone says something funny about somebody, and everybody laughs in the church. Like, it's
I'm gonna quote Shaquille O'Neal at Kobe's funeral. Shaquille O'Neal was like, yeah, one time we had Kobe come up and we was playing the game, and Robert Horry and John Sally were under the basket, and they were like, we got to tell Kobe to pass the ball. And I was like, Kobe, hey, man, you got to make sure you're getting the ball to everybody. He said, man, forget that. He said, hey, Kobe, there's no I in team. He said, but there's a me in that motherfucker. And everybody bust out laughing at the funeral. Because if you know Kobe, they knew he was that kind of competitor. there's truth in jest. There's been times that since I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, I avoided getting into dealing drugs and things like that in my life. I say avoided because it was an option in my household.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain time, I worked in the city. I was cutting hair at a barbershop in the city. I had to go there, first off, wake up the homeless guy that was shitting on the step and pooping on himself, and wake him up, get him off steps, clean the steps. Then I got to get the drug dealers off the steps, say, yo, we about to go to work. Oh, okay. You don't mess with my business, I'll mess with yours.
Right.
You know,
It sure is.
how can you not, right, so laughter is good for the soul. But if the times in my life that I couldn't laugh, I would have killed myself. Like, I had to press it. You know, there's truth in jest. It is the very, my man D. Militant, amazing comedian, but author and historian. We talked about, I was watching The Unsung on the Jeffersons.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
people who remember the Jeffersons was an offshoot of All in the Family.
Uh-huh.
All in the Family was the first TV show where the lead person in the TV show, Archie Bunker, was a bona fide bigot, a bona fide racist.
Oh,
and that was the comedy.
Yeah, it was funny
out
too.
there. It was hilarious. And he was like stupid. And he was like, so they said, how can we offset this? We'll bring on a black man who's just as racist as him and have them go at it.
Right.
And that was George Jefferson. And the show became so successful that they said, we're gonna spin off with the Jeffersons. We're gonna spin off. And Norman Lear and the brother who did Cooley High and some other people, you know, he spent off of that whole thing. And actually the first Lionel was one of the writers for All in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to, so, there's truth in jest. And without comedians, I remember, I think it was Andrew Young had said, Richard Pryor might have did as much for the civil rights movement as Dr. King. What? How? Because Richard would have both black and white people coming laughing at each other at his shows.
How amazing.
White people do this. Black people, he was the first one that really did the white people, black people thing and took it to the next level. And then did self-deprecating humor. So yeah, for somebody to say that comedy's not needed, we would kill everybody. Everybody be killing everybody. There was a comedian, I'm sure sometime in Germany during the Hail of Hitler,
mm-hmm.
there was some comedians like, look, we're going to do this joke. Don't you like when they do that little mustache he had? Wait, somebody's coming. So yeah.
It's
you gotta be able
absolutely
to
necessary. Comedy for me is definitely my elixir. So you're a comedian, You're an author, you're a media, I want to say a media guru.
Now I have to get my book.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Hola. Yes. I'm back. Sorry.
Yes. So the book. Let's dive into it and talk a little bit about let's talk about relationships. I had a couple questions about that. Yes. Say the word. Say it. I feel like I'm cursing.
My book is called, my first book, first nonfiction book is Butt Naked Honest, Conversational Foreplay for Dating, asking the hard question up front. And when we talk about the whole thing, Dr. Adrian is all in it. He was like, Sherontelle relaxed with her eyes.
I love laughing.
Brother, you are mesmerized. He's mesmerized. Yeah, I get on, if you're a comedian and you talk to Sherontelle, I got on the phone with her one time and we were on Skype and it was like early in the morning. She keep weird hours like me.
Yes.
So early in the morning, she was laughing so much. I was just laughing at her, laughing at her.
I love laughing. Like my daughter, she'll send me funny memes in the morning and I'll just crack up because I love laughing. It's absolutely necessary every day. Like I gotta laugh at least once. One good one.
Yeah, because there's a scripture in the Bible that said laughter doeth good like medicine. And it is. There's the endorphins and everything that raise up and it is a healing. It is a healing balm. It helps you. Right. And it's amazing. So yeah, my take on when Steve Harvey came out with his book on relationships, I was like, wait, Steve is married 3 times. He's a relationship guru now? But for me, I was already doing a sex, love, relationship tour, the Taboo Talk tour. Mm-hmm. And as the comedy tours, and I wanted to have some merch. So when I started writing the book, I said, I'll just give my funny take on relationships. But then I started writing the book, and it wasn't funny. It was just, oh, some people, because during my shows, I found out that some of the things that people were talking about or asking questions about seemed like it was pretty much common sense. But I realized, and this was pre-texting.
Uh-huh. This
was before the whole texting everything thing. But what I realized is people were getting with people, just like you meet somebody and you're having a good time and stuff like that, and it just goes, attraction and stuff like that starts rolling, and you don't even ask their government last name. You forget to ask, are they married? You ain't see a ring, so you figured, oh no.
It's all
but
good.
You weren't studying like Sherlock Holmes and thought, well, you do have a little color missing around your ring. But you're not asking the questions. And some people are like, well, that's kind of wrong to ask. So I'm a comedian. I give ways that you can ask the questions you want to know. And I tell everybody, give people a chance to show you who they are, but more importantly, give people a chance to say whether or not they want to continue on with getting to know you. Don't be so caught up that you take away people's chance to say what's going on, because that's called manipulation. So if I meet you, and the first time we sitting there talking and we having a good time, we talking about this, that, and the other, and I don't say I have a wife, I don't say I have a girlfriend, I don't say I have kids. Some people are like, oh, you ain't got to talk about your kids. You don't have to introduce them to your kids. But if your children are a part of you, live with you, you have custody, it might be help to talk about your kids. Mm-hmm. But, and then that's, somebody mentioned it. My biggest thing on writing the book was to help people come and not bring your representative. Because usually when you first meet somebody, everybody got their best behavior on.
Like you're at a job interview.
Like you're at a job interview. Yes, I want all this job. I want all this this job. So you trying to pass the WAP test. Mm-hmm. And she like, oh, I saw some good eggplant. You can tell my
why do some women get upset? I often wonder why some women get upset when a man says he doesn't want to talk to her because she has children. And I always looked at that as a compliment that, he spoke his
You don't have to waste your time there.
Right.
And, I tell women this all the time. If a dude shows you who he is up front, and you didn't have to waste time, effort, heartache, crying, eating ice cream, calling your girls, drinking wine, going by his house late at night, scratching keys. And, I bust the windows to your car. You ain't got to go through none of that. Mm-hmm. But he told you up front, and believe him. Mm-hmm. If he's open enough to tell you, I was talking to one of my best friends, and she was like, well, he told me he didn't want to be married up front. I said, and you do. So why did you continue on? Now, you're an adult. Mm-hmm. You can do that, but I was having this talk on Saturday. We had a big Zoom join on Saturday. Oh, nice. And everybody on here, make sure you add Butt Naked Honest. BUT Naked Honest. Follow that Butt Naked Honest page.
Show the book again.
Because the Butt Naked Honest page is going to be where I have the adult conversations, the adult forums, and we set up some other stuff later. But we had a forum on Saturday with a bunch of people from Tampa and boss women. They own businesses or they managing their own stuff. And 35, 40 and over. Our age, beautiful black women, mixed with people from all over. Yeah. And one of the things that kept coming up was, should I lower my standards? I said, first off, they're standards. So if you're talking about standards or your criteria, they're two different things. Mm-hmm. You don't have to lower your standards, but your criteria for a man, if you're open to meeting somebody, this person may blow your mind as long as if you have a religious standard, a moral standard, if you have whatever your standards are, your standards, you don't have to lower anything. But what you may want to do is change your conversation and be honest about what you want. If you're going out and you're going dating, or you're going out and you're going to the club and you're horny, then that, oh my God, I can't believe I did that last night. Baby, you went out horny. So don't dog yourself. Just know what you want. Right. And a lot of people don't know what they want. No, they don't. It was the guy that started the site Plenty of Fish. Years ago, I saw this. Years when it first started, they did it because they're talking about how successful it was, the Plenty of Fish for dating. So he gets on, and they're interviewing him, and his house is immaculate. Everything's white in there. He has He's a white guy with glasses, looks nerdy. His girlfriend's white, look nerdy. They got glasses, look like they match. And they walking around, they're eating cereal. Everything's white like American Psycho. Like white, like
real, yeah.
Like a Dexter scene or something. So he's in
That's
there.
so funny.
And the interviewer is like, so how do you have this great success? And you look on his table and you see a $500,000 check from like Coca-Cola or something for sponsorship. And he's like, well, I look at what people say they want. I look at what the women say they want in a relationship and what they want from a man. Mm-hmm. He said, and then I look at what they search. And he said, I give them more what they search than what they say they want. And that's the piece that happened where he was like, where you think, it was like, oh, that's why it's so much information in looking at people's browser searches. And it's like the browser search, you searching something on your browser and you say, man, how'd they know that? How'd they know I like that? Because they watch what you search, not what you say your criteria is. So you see these women that, oh, I want a Christian man and somebody this, and he doesn't have that. And all of a sudden she's searching the guys with the big cars, or he's searching the girls with the big butts, you know, and they doing it. And he's like, no, I want a good, wholesome woman to be a wife and this, that. And he's on everybody's side. Talking about there's something, he looking at that stuff constantly, and you wonder why you get more of that. You're looking at BBWs, you're looking at midgets, you're looking at whatever.
All that stuff, exactly.
But you're looking at all this fetish stuff, and you wonder why you get more of that versus more of what you say you want. So I just tell people, be honest about what you want with yourself. We're not honest with ourselves. So it's like, if you want to get married and you go with a guy or you go with a woman, and they're like, well, I've been married 2-3 times. That's not for me. And you're like, okay. And the vibe is good and you keep going. And something in your mind's like, I just want to see. I just want to see. But you, in your head, said, I wanted marriage. This person said no. So a year, 2 years down the road, 6 months down the road, you can't get upset with them when you have that conversation again and nothing's changed.
5 years down the road.
5 years down the road. Don't matter. If you spend that 5 years, if you spend that much time, it's like, come on. So then you're talking about, this is a waste of my time, and this was that. It's like from the beginning. That's why I said, get it out the way in the beginning. Have that, and don't take somebody to, here's another thing, and I love food. Food is what aphrodisiacs are.
I love food.
That literally, when you look up aphrodisiac, that's associated with some kind of food. Uh-huh. So if I'm talking to you and say, hey, you like Italian, Sherontelle? You like Italian food? What's your favorite type of food?
Uh-huh. Oh, my
What's your favorite
oh man, my favorite food, not Italian food.
Right.
Oh, my favorite food. I love salmon and rice. Like that's my favorite.
I know this place. I know this Asian place that does salmon rice and drive you crazy. So we go out and what kind of wine you like? And I get all this. Look at your eyes. Your eyes dancing like vision of sugar. Really?
Like okay.
So we go out and we go to the restaurant. Best salmon you ever had. They bring it on a cedar soaked in white wine and it's steamed on the grill, and they put what
I'm
kind of vegetables
there.
they make.
I'm sitting there. You're taking me there.
You're right. We there on the water. Everything's romantic, and y'all sitting there chilling. You drinking wine and stuff like that. Y'all just having whatever conversation. Women now, I can't see it, but and you sitting there, wet as Niagara Falls. You're like, everything is wonderful. But you can't get any real conversation in then because you've just had your aphrodisiac. You've had your favorite food. You're drinking your favorite wine. You're getting a little intoxicated, and you're going into this mode of relaxation versus the first time and you're at this romantic spot, y'all walk up down the beach and you're just like, this is the kind of stuff I always wanted. Well, the person, and this could be a woman doing this with a man doing this with a woman, but they're going for each thing. A woman invites you over to the crib, let me just cook for you. She cooked for you. It's incense going. You come in the house, the food is amazing. You know, she got kids, but ain't no kids around. You know, you know what I'm saying? So you're doing all this stuff, and you're there. You already there. You halfway in. You was like, you calling your girlfriend? I can't believe what I did last night. What you do? I just met the dude and this, that, and that. He was like, what happened?
And it happened.
And you left excited, horny. You left wanting to be with somebody. You left lonely. You left, and this for guys. You go meet the woman. You looking at her body already. She was like, oh, bam. You go to the house and she cooking dinner. She come out in a half a robe and the other stuff, or she got some sweats on and whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lena.
Like you
Hey,
say,
Lena.
hey,
One
Lena.
Hawkins.
She just came out with a book titled "Brilliant Resilience." Isn't that a beautiful
Ooh.
title? Yep, yep. And
Ooh.
she was on
That girl
my.
got a testimony.
She was on.
That sounds like a testimonial book. Brilliant
Lord.
resilience. The Lord done brought the upper room. You know, brilliant resilience. I held on. Chapter
Bestseller.
3. I
Yep.
held on. Yeah. Chapter
Amazon's
4. How to get
bestseller.
over.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. That title.
Mm.
That title will get your life right.
That's right. That's right. Brilliant resilience. How to keep going. Keep on keeping on.
So
But yeah, I tell
let's
people if
yeah.
they want
So
to. Yeah,
no
sure.
question. So no questions is being asked. No questions about like what is it that you want? What kind of relationship do you want? It could be. It our relationships. You can't assume somebody wants to be in a monogamous relationship. They may be. What's that called?
Polyamorous.
Yes, I've met some people like that in the past, and I'm like, wow. Someone
And
had
they trying to fill you out. You laughing. They like, oh, she might be down for whatever. And the people that are bold will ask you up front. At least they give you the chance. But I say, if you're going on when you first meet somebody, you first connect.
uh
That first conversation on the phone. This is men and women. Ask everything. Be butt naked honest. Nothing but honest.
huh.
Naked honest, and ask everything you want to know, and have that exchange. The conversation will go a while. And at least when you come off the conversation, you give the person the opportunity to say, he was locked up twice and married 3 times. He seemed nice. At least you give him the chance.
Yeah.
Versus y'all get into the relationship. I know a friend. The relationship is going. All of a sudden, y'all getting intimate. And then he said, oh, by the way, I got 3 kids with 2 different women.
Davion Bots, it's so many people on here. That's so cool. Shout out to him.
What's up, everybody?
He's an amazing,
Hutchinson,
amazing
Joel
producer in
Sapp,
Texas. Yep. He's worked with a
everybody.
lot of people. Oh man. He's
Hey, I
amazing.
gotta talk to him.
Yeah, he's amazing. Miriam, she's on here. She's great. I just had to take a moment just to say hello to everybody. You
No
ever
doubt,
see?
Leisha. Sandra.
Yeah, it's too many. I like to try, and you know how like the pop up the wave, when you can wave
Right,
like this.
right.
What did you say?
Daryl Rankin.
Like, what did you say? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to wave at
Right.
everybody.
I'm just trying to wave at everybody.
You
It's
are
just
close to the
so
screen. So yeah.
now see why so many people be tuning in. I'm like, man, she got like 150 people watching live because they be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, hey.
Oh man. One day, I think when I was talking to day one, it was over 1,000 people in here,
Uh-huh.
right? And I was like, wow. And he was just straight focused on the conversation. And I'm like, but I'm such a people person. So I'm like, but you don't understand. We have to take a moment to say hello to the people. They're on
To
here.
thank
They're
everyone.
hello, Sammy.
They're here.
They're here.
And I tell people on the marketing promotion tip, I tell them, and especially when I'm talking to companies and stuff, I'm like, take the media out of it. If you're
Uh-huh.
a social butterfly, like people,
I love
this is where
people.
this is where people are. So
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden you go on and you seeing people pop up, you gotta, hey, what's up? That it makes that feel when I pop in somebody's room and they talking and it's like, hey, what's up, Troy Rawlings? I'm like, that Joe knows me.
Oh, I'm making my business. Well, first of all,
Alfred Barr.
my name is so different. I was Miss Slim for a long time in the beginning. When I got into entertainment, I was just Miss Slim. And
Miss Slim,
it
right.
was too many of them. It's so many of us. Like if you hashtag Miss Slim, it's too many. I don't even know if I could actually get that, that trademark for it
Men,
because
women,
it's
you
too
see
many.
it was this dude that sound like Sylvester. You made me
But
feel all kinds of stuff he running.
it's not a lot of Sherontelles. Have you ever met a
No,
Sherontelle? No.
nope, nope.
Exactly. So I had to change it. I took
Gabrielle.
I took away Miss Slim and I'm Sherontelle now. And the guy I'm talking to tomorrow is Elio from Texas. He's an artist from Texas. He was like, "You've been gone for a long time, Slim." And I'm like, "I ain't going nowhere. I'm Sherontelle. It's me. Don't you know?"
You like, what's your name again? Yeah, Miriam said, I like Sherontelle more.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I can't. I mean, think about it. Like, I'm in rooms with people that are worth over $300 million, and here I am, like, "Hi, my name is Miss Slim." Like, they're looking at me like,
And
"What?"
like, they're like, give her the other phone number. They think you're a special. I'm not no groupie. Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? Oh, you're the publicist. Oh, Miss Slim is the publicist. Is that your last name? Your real last name? Give her the other room number.
Exactly. So
112,
that had to
where
go,
the
that
players
had to
dwell.
go. So it's literally like I'm creating a whole different SEO now with
Right.
Sherontelle because there's a Miss Slim is so great, but Sherontelle, she's trying to get out there. So here we are having a
Yeah.
conversation on a Friday evening.
I
That
love
is
it.
so,
I love
so
it.
that is so cool. Like all these people in here, right? They're giving us their time. They can't get that back. That is the most
Can't get
expensive
that.
thing that someone can ever give.
Especially when they stay. Like if you have 116, 117 on a
Uh
constant thing, that means it might be 200 people in here. That means it might be, so these people are sticking around. A bunch of people just joined, came back in. Hey,
huh.
Janine,
Right.
Stapleton, Dean.
Getting
Hey,
off and come
everybody.
back on.
Oh, this is the thing I wanted to say about
Yes.
the dating piece. And for
Yes.
those that just came in, go and add Butt Naked Honest. The page Butt Naked Honest is a new page,
That is so
but you can link
awesome.
to or you can go to Troy Rawlings Live and all my information is there. Love Coach. But the thing I want to say about dating is once you have the first conversation, the next meeting, I don't endorse Starbucks anymore. But a
Mm.
coffee bean, a coffee shop, all that stuff, go and sit down, have some coffee or some tea with somebody. Look them in their eyes. Have some good conversation. Don't mind looking like this. It's the first time y'all talking. But if you go out the first time and this person takes you to your favorite restaurant, game, set, match, you're losing points. Not saying you're going to give it up. Let your hang down. Not saying you're
Hey,
going to give it up. see, look,
I love me
turned
some
up. Good
music.
Lord.
Don't get me
Your DM
started.
about to blow. Your DM about to blow out the water. They be like, so I know you like thyme, and I know you like salmon on the wood, and I know you like veggies in
And I
a
love me some
strawberry
lemon.
shake and lemon water.
And I
That's a
brought you a t.
study.
I brought you a
And I
T-shirt.
bought you a T-shirt with another sign language on it.
I can't. Oh my God, that is so funny. Exactly.
But
What?
that's if you have somebody sitting back and doing all that and just leaning into it, well, I don't want to be in any more relationships where I do this, that, and the other, and I'm not trying to be that. And they're like, Be careful, ladies, if you get with a guy and he just listening and ain't talking up. So tell me something about you. I'm a pretty boring person. And next thing you know, you go back to talking. Be careful, and vice versa. Because there's some women in there to meet that. You ever get back with somebody, and you forgot why you got away from them in the first place? And then all of a sudden y'all out and they do something, you like,
Oh,
oh,
I
I
remember.
forgot. I forgot this one crazy. This dude is crazy. Let me see if I can show some eyeliners to get the security coming. Security? Security. Oh Lord, he crazy. He's still crazy.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, and then the
Yeah.
light bulb comes on and you're like, oh yeah.
Oh, that was
Okay,
why.
that was why. There had to been a reason, right? There had to been a
Miriam is
reason.
cracking up. Miriam's like, stop, stop.
There had
Hey,
to been a
Bambi.
reason. Oh my goodness.
Right,
See, you gotta say hello,
right.
everybody.
So
It's
it had
absolutely
to be.
necessary.
What was the reason I stopped? And that's as I'm 45, so I'm rolling up on mid age. So
Okay.
the time factor. What these women were saying that they don't want to waste time. It's funny on the thing Saturday. Shout out to my man Mo Martin from Next Level Entertainment down in Tampa. When I was in Tampa doing some events, he was one of the main promoters with A Degree of Better.
Okay.
And that live we had Saturday was amazing. We had like 40 RSPs, 20 some people on the Zoom. It was great.
Oh,
But the
that sounds
women were really
awesome.
talking about, oh, we had a ball. So I'm gonna do a lot. That's why I started Butt Naked Honest page so I could do a lot more. Because I'm raw and cut. When I'm doing my shows and doing talk, when I'm talking about relation, I'm like the Tony Robbins of this thing. It was 3 hours.
Wow.
It was
What
three
is that?
hours. Women were sitting there with wine and having a ball. Oh, we had a ball. We had a ball.
That's a
And it was
documentary.
on Zoom. No. Yes, that's how I get down. 3 hour sessions.
3 hours.
Come prepared to
But this is our
come
life though,
prepared.
because when we think about love, that's the frequency. That's the
Yes.
frequency. Then when we think about sex, I mean, none of us would be here without it. So it's obviously an important piece of
Everybody
our
either
life.
thinking about it, having it, or they're here because of it. Right now, somebody looking at the screen like,
And then relationships. Yeah, that's what
Everything.
everything. If
Everything.
that's everything.
And this is not, and I don't even, and you can use this in other realms. When I talk about butt naked honest, it doesn't just have to be relationship, like a sexual or romantic relationship. It can be business. So, usually you go into a business meeting, you know how it is. Sometimes you go in, you're pitching yourself, but sometimes you want to go into a meeting, and if you want something, find out what that person needs, how you can help them. So it's that kind of communication too. You know what I'm saying? My second book in the Butt Naked Honest series is called Her Butler, His Maid, maintaining, finding and maintaining gratitude and servitude towards your mate.
Uh-huh.
Because, when it starts going downhill, it goes from, yeah, my stuff is your stuff, baby, to get away from my car. My shit, your shit. It turns into that real quick. You start separating everything from first. You pulling your shoulder back. You using my coffee mug. It's like, dang, you like that now?
We don't
everything.
even
You don't want
talk
nothing to
about
do.
marriage though. Like it's not. I remember growing up, that's what I heard. But now it's like us as women, we're independent. And I have some very successful females that they're like, I don't need a man.
I'm doing a series called, and it was inspired from Saturday. I'm doing a series called Boss to Bay, and not like you have to stop being a boss, but there's some things communication-wise that you have to talk to yourself about. A lot of times we're trained to be independent, or you hear about the negativity of codependence, but there's something in between. It's called healthy interdependence, and we don't talk about that. That's what therapists talk. We talk about all the time. Healthy interdependence. I'm not. Because independent, I know women, beautiful, amazing women of it, and I've been raised to be independent and do this and make sure I take care of my bills and do all this stuff. Hey, Wilmer, do all my stuff and do all this. Is wonderful. And I'm raised to do this. And he's like, okay, you got everything you wanted. No, I want a family. But nothing they say or talk about has to do with coexisting or being with or helping, being a helpmate, helpmeet. Men and women are supposed to be helpmeets to each other,
right,
to someone else. And then they talk about wanting to get with somebody that has all their stuff together. So where's the help? If you got your stuff together and this person got their stuff together, somebody's unnecessary.
Yeah, so
if it's supposed to be helpmates, right?
Right.
So that's what marriage is. You're supposed to be growing together, grooming together. Back in the day, it was pretty simple. This guy is working. This woman can hold down the house. She may be working too, but she's good with the kids. She can cook. She can clean. The guy he may have some skills. He may not, or vice versa. Some situations were vice versa. But you had a balance. Now, there's no balance if you got a boss over here and a boss over here, and they just getting together for vacations and sex. You can pay for that.
That's just not really. That's just friends with benefits then. That's not really.
Somebody said your weekend shares are my favorite place to be. Oh, that's sweet.
So nice.
They're talking about you. Tim McCain, he's like, your weekend is where I start my weekend with you.
Oh, that's so lovely. If a man. Oh, Will Murphy, that's one of my best friends. He's actually great in marketing.
All right, Will Murphy. I'll let you, brother. Gabby.
He is great at marketing.
Tim McCain is like, I check every live. I'm here all the time.
Let me tell you, this was just an idea. Like, I wanted to just come on, have some conversations with some friends that I have conversations with outside of social media. And I'm like, why not we bring some of it on, on live and hopefully inspire. So that was the point of this. It was just something to do, and obviously definitely to keep me moving forward because there's so much going on outside.
I was about to say, but you did something, with quarantine and all this stuff. But you did something that I think we talked about it. I was telling you about when we was talking. I was like, yo, you got to be in front of people. You laughing. People need that energy right now.
Yeah.
That's a breath of fresh air to a lot of us. That's not, if they're not doing anything, they're in the house, they're trying to figure out stuff, they're doing business, they about to next week. Thanks, Will Murphy. I appreciate you, bro. Butt Naked Honest, at Butt Naked Honest, Troy Rawlings. Wherever you find me, you find all my stuff. I'm about to do a blast tonight about the book page. But being able to, that's a breath of fresh air to people, what you're doing and just talking to people, and then your experience, and you're humble about it. But I told you this. I didn't blow you up. I told you the interview was going to flip, didn't I?
No,
I told y'all what she'd be doing. Oh, actually, y'all can go on my YouTube channel. LA Radio Now, and you can see her full interview. I sit down with Sherontelle and
Yeah.
we have a ball.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So here we are again. How dope is that?
See?
It's a few weeks later. We didn't even know. I didn't even know that this was going to happen at all. I didn't know that this was coming up. It was literally like I woke up and I said, let me reach out to some people and see if they want to come on live with me and talk. And everybody was like, yeah, this is a dope opportunity. So I'm like, wow, this is cool.
And for your clients, it's really PR 101. You already, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah. She was like, Troy, you got to get day one on. Okay, let me get them in. Next thing I know, I looked up, I was like, she interviewing day one. She got more views than me. She doing it. He laughing and gigging, and he's like, yeah. I was like.
Because, usually the publicist is the one that's like booking
setting it up. You're going to have so many DMs between the salmon and the T-shirts and somebody need a publicist.
Oh, no. Definitely.
And yes,
no,
the book.
Let me tell you, these lives have definitely helped my business. That's for sure. I can't even mention everything that has gone on because I'm very private about certain things I release when the time is right. But this has been great. I feel like, and that's my experience, but I also want people to know that they can have that experience too. Like you can really create the life that you want. Every time I say that, it sounds like an infomercial. You can create the life that you want. And if you want to be a millionaire, absolutely you can. You only got to think it and believe it. It sounds like that, but it's really true. But you're going to have to put in the work.
They don't know your story. Right. They don't know your story. A lot of times we think when we see people pop up, that's what where they come from. Oh, this is another. But like I said, you don't know my story. You don't know my relationship story. You don't know my story with my parents. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, where did it come from? All of a sudden it's for some people. But that's great for us because we see that it pays off if you keep to it and you don't quit. I don't care who's listening. Don't quit. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your relationship. Exhaust everything you can before you quit. Now, if you're being abused physically, mentally, emotionally,
get out.
You have to love yourself enough to get away from that. You can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself properly.
Right.
And that's just properly respecting yourself. If someone's disrespecting you and that becomes your norm, you need to get away from that.
I was looking for a book
for relationship 2 days ago. I think I manifested you, Troy. I'm getting this book. Oh, thank you, girl.
Wow.
Troy Rawlings live, and I'll if you're gonna get the physical book, I'll email it to you. If you get the physical book, I'll mail it to you. I'll sign it and autograph it. You can go to Troy Rawlings live. But if you send either Sherontelle or add me and you DM me your email, I'll send you the ebook tonight. Anybody that's on here, matter of fact, right now, and you're interested in having this book, you can get the physical copy and pay for it, and I'll send it to you and autograph it, and it's great. And that gorgeous man on the back of that book.
You see that man? Who is that man?
Lord have mercy. Oh,
hashtag hot.
I'll do that. Hashtag hot. Now I'm trying to hashtag it. But anybody on here, if you DM Sherontelle or me your email address, your email address, she sends it to me. I'll send you a free copy of the ebook tonight because you're on here. You'll get the ebook. You'll have the book.
My godson is on here. His name is Tyrell. Oh, Tyrell. T2 day. Because I just think like after they pass, honestly, after they pass 20, I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll just make sure he's old enough to read the book.
Oh yeah, he has a child.
Yeah.
Yes, he's old enough.
Yeah. Everybody. You give Sherontelle or me the DM, your email address, and I'll email you the ebook tonight. I want to bless people. It's a tool. I am about giving people tools for your relationship, especially during this quarantine and during this COVID-19 and during, I got one coming up called C4. Caring for couples during the COVID controversy. It's something C4. It sounds smooth. C4. It's something with C's and 4 C's. Something with 4 C's in it. It's gangster.
How do you do the? I guess I don't know. I can ask this question for the people, but I know how you could do it because I'm around creative people. They have like 20 different jobs. They're graphic designers. They sing. They produce. They do all of these things, and it's one person. I was going to say, like, how do you navigate through writing the books for love, sex, and relationships, and a comedian and hosting and all these things that you do. Like, how do you do that?
I interviewed a friend and an actress. She won an NAACP Image Award. You can see that on the Meet the Show. Keena Ferguson. If you look at my timeline, Keena Ferguson. She won the NAACP Image Awards for her one-woman show.
Okay.
And she said it the best. This was just a week or so ago. I interviewed her. And she said, Troy, you have all these things in you, and that's the blessing we have to be artists and entrepreneurs. You get to do them. And my thing is, leave empty. Leave empty. If you have an idea, Tyler Perry was saying one point in time, Tyler Perry said, focus on the one thing that you want to get started so that can generate everything for everything. He was talking about his play. He was focused on doing his play.
Right.
But now when you hear him talk, he said, I have so much stuff in my mind, I have to write it down or I'll go crazy. Mm-hmm. Look, I keep books, and my favorite color is orange. You got to motivate yourself. I keep books. This is an old book. This is a new book. I got a new book over there.
Over there,
and there you go. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, write it down and make it plain so that he that sees it can run with it.
I probably got books, literally.
Yeah, you got books.
Is right, yeah.
And write it down. Get it out of, I told a friend of mine that was having problems sleeping and stuff like that. I said, get it out of your head. I said, what do you mean? My brain is just running. You ever hear people say, some of y'all saying it, my brain just run all the time. I can hardly sleep. You know why God has given you that whole brain running thing? To write it down, get it out your brain so something else can take place. And see, here's the thing that people don't realize, and this is my motivational hat. Oh, and here's my other book, 100 Words in 30 Nights. If you like poetry, you'll love that book.
I like the cover.
Oh, I gotta send you. You know what? Send me your address. Did I ever send you a gift package? I got about 7 books for you. I'm gonna send them to you.
Oh yeah, send them to me.
That's in the back talking to myself.
Yeah, send it to me.
But amazing photographer, Diamond Dust Photography, Deborah Simmons. She's like my image consultant, photography-wise. Yeah, Chris Hopkins and Diamond Dust, they work with me like, well, hear this. Write it down, make it plain. Let me tell y'all why it's so important to do that. Wars have been fought over blueprints. A blueprint or plan in the right hand becomes the Empire State Building, an atomic bomb, becomes the Kings of Comedy, becomes Tyler Perry Studios, becomes Motown, becomes Madam C.J. Walker's hair business, becomes, you go on
Troy Rawlings Live.
Troy Rawlings Live, the Taboo Talk Tour, these books. But it says, the scripture actually says, the saying goes, so that he that sees it. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, that's why business plans are done. You do a business plan, you go into meetings, so that somebody sitting back there with the money not knowing what to do, and they see it, they're like, you know what? It's like going on Shark Tank. It's like, you know what? How much money have you made off of yourself? This is a great idea. It's a great plan. I want a piece of it. And all you had is an idea. You didn't have the money, but you write it down and get it out of your head, and then you can see if you want to develop it. And then something else comes. So you want to leave empty. Like this is the greatest time. This is the best of times and the worst of times. Elisa said, congratulations on all your successes. Thank you. And I don't know who you talked to. But it's the best of times and the worst of times. There shouldn't be, for the people that said they were saying the term, I don't have time, you have nothing but time. The world shut down. Mm-hmm. So, and in this end time, because 5 months have already passed, y'all. So in this next, we on August, September, October, November, December, in these next 4 months of 2020, why not do exactly what you had planned to do? And see, once you write it down, here's the reason why writing it down is so important. Once you write it down, it's tangible. I don't care if you rip out the page like this. Once you write it down, it's tangible. You can walk around with it. It's just become real. Remember I said people at Fort Wars over blueprints.
There's my best friend. Hey, Tanisha.
What's up, Tanisha?
I'm trying. Hey there.
Thank you, William. Thank you for the salute, brother.
That is so nice. What else can we oh, it's so crazy. An hour goes by like super fast. Like it
Oh,
almost
it's
seemed
over? Is it over?
it almost. You know, like when Instagram it'll
Well,
pop up.
any
I'll give
questions,
you the last
ask them if
yeah.
they have any questions about
Yeah,
relationships
because we got two,
or
I think we got
anything.
like 2 minutes left or something like that.
Oh,
Ask the
Lord.
questions. Yeah, send a question. Can't you like press the button, the question button on there or something? My brother was asking me and I wasn't
Something like
sure.
that. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. I just press the live button. That's it. I think you
All
could
right.
like post pictures on here. You can have all types of filters. I'm like, hey,
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
you can start a whole
super. Want to boost my skills in what?
and
Art?
give me your
Give me your
opinion.
opinion. What's skills in what, Will? Willie or Willie?
Paint. You got the dice game going on. Writing.
Oh, and I don't know. Should I put my Cash App up here for people that want to get a book? Go order book. Go to DM. Actually, go like I said. You DM.
You can
Get a
put
free
your
copy.
cash app up there because people put their cash app for their birthday. I see that a lot now. People put their cash app.
Concept of two bosses is what I would like to hear about. Oh, two bosses who are trying to commit together in a relationship. I'll talk about that real quick. The
Yeah.
two bosses scenario. There's nothing wrong with that, but you two got to be honest about what you want. And what happens is like Sherontelle was saying, if you have two people that get together, thank you, Tamara. If you have two people to get together, and their whole training was, go to school, get a good education, go from getting a good education, go to college, get a good job,
Mm-hmm.
take care of you. Um, oh,
All
thank you
that
so
sounds.
much. Hello. So if you have all that, get an education, get a good job, da 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 da, and
It's
nothing
Alvin
about,
Smith.
hey, let me teach you and talk to you about loving a woman, loving a man.
We got 1 minute.
Let me teach you about being. Uh, my biggest word right now is empathy.
Uh-huh.
Do you care about the other person? Do they care about you? Some of the stuff that people talk about, well, I'm tired of men doing this, I'm tired of women doing this. When you hear it, it's like y'all don't care about each other. Does the person care about you? And it may just be simple things. Is he pulling out his chair? Is he opening the door? Do we have courtesy? If they say they're going to call you a certain time, do they call you?
Wow.
If you go to their house just to visit, are they offering you water?
You said we'll talk soon. Yeah. We have
Hey,
one
bro,
minute. We have like 1 minute left.
anything.
I want to give a shout out to Alvin Smith. He is an amazing friend of mine, a great actor.
Alvin,
He was recently on The Shy. Yeah. Hey, it's so nice to
nice.
to chime in on my last. Was it the last live? Not the last one. The one before that. Naturi from Power. She was on the live. I
Yeah.
had to
Oh,
shout her
nice.
out. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, this is so nice. So I definitely appreciate that. 30 seconds, put your tags out there, and we'll
Oh,
end with that.
y'all can hit me up. The easiest way is either go to at Butt Naked Honest, and it's a new page, y'all, so y'all get to do everything at Butt Naked Honest, at Troy Rawlings. You can tag above, or you can go to www.troyrawlingslive